Oh yeah. I'm really digging this. Shout out to, let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see. Media player over here. 80s retro wave synthetic music is what this is from. I really like them. It's by Hackers by Karl Casey, royalty-free music. Copyright safe music. Thank you, Karl Casey. We love you. We're digging it. Huh?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shout out.
Rosemary, she's up in the spaces. Whoop, whoop. Oh. This is totally 80s. Like I'm picturing like this should be like when like Stranger Things, when the kids are like riding their bike to the video game place. They're gonna go get snacks, and like there's something like evil lurking in the background that hasn't revealed itself yet, in like the show, but they're on their bikes. I love this.
I wanted to do cheer dance opens for our show every week. Pick a different. Huh?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to break out my special. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break out the special chair for that. Mm-hmm.
All right, we should stop having fun now.
What?
Oh, that's right. Dip a toe.
Dip a toe slowly. Dip a toe crypto. I like this. This is good stuff, man. There's been good feedback from a lot of people out there. That this really helps people. Even though we kind of tend to squirrel off, but we'll try to bring it back. But I mean, that's crypto, to be quite honest. I mean, you can talk about this coin, that coin, this project, that project. This programmer left this project, went over to that project, and over here. Yeah, there's so many moving parts. You're just like, just how do I get Bitcoin? Oh, like this.
Just tell me how I do. Just tell me how I get it. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
How's the I know our last show we were talking about scams and such. Have you seen any new scams pop up lately?
Well, the only scams that I'm just getting pelted with is on X Spaces at the moment. If you do anything hashtag crypto, or I don't know if these are people or bots or what, but there's always this barrage of folks that will copy a bunch of usernames and then say you can get free. There's going to be an airdrop, and there's going to be, this thing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. But what can you do, right? You just, for those of you that are listening on X Spaces, what I found out to do, the best thing to do is to leave the conversation. If someone has copied you in a mass barrage, so to speak, you leave the conversation, and then you can either mute the person or block the person or report them. And I've been using spam on one of spam financial, type scam as a way of reporting them. So
it's a scam. Every time I hear that word, it's a scam.
But yeah, I don't know really, honestly. I think like who is falling for this kind of stuff,
Lots of people, man. Veterans too, people that have been in this space for but I wouldn't say like for that specifically, but close to that, where these bots are hackers, or combination of both, more than likely.
You're not gonna sing. You're not gonna sing.
I was about to, but I was deep in thought here. Gotta make sure I don't squirrel off too bad. But we'll talk about your party cup there. Well, forget it. We're gonna squirrel off. What's in your party cup?
I have a white Russian.
Right, we're listening. Red Solo Cup. Not a sponsor,
I'll
but we're
fill
open
you
to
up.
it. It's time to party. Oh, please, YouTube, don't nail us for that one.
Nope, not even
Yeah, don't
close.
add. Yeah. Good song though. Love it. I love it. Song about a red solo cup. I mean, who'd have thought, right? I love it. I absolutely love that.
No,
But
yeah,
this type of cloning people, starting conversations, like it's so easy to get lost in there.
yep.
It is. I found myself going, wait, what is this? Oh, just the other day, actually. This is the reason why I asked, is because the other day I got like a PayPal invoice for like $600.
Oh boy.
And and I was like, what? No, I'm not paying you. And I went to click it, right? Just because it was on the email. And I was like, let me see this. And that was my default right there. Let me see this. And it came not in my spam, but it came right in my standard email. And so I was like, what? No, this is bogus. And then I read who it was from, and it said like send BTC something. And I
Mm.
was like, touche, you POS, no lifer out there. You almost got me. But it takes more than that to fool. Simon says crypto. Try 3 in the morning. You probably have a good shot then.
I gotta tell you, Simon, I just got a text from my son and
Uh-huh.
I don't know, you won't be able to see it, but my grandkids are watching us on the big
Oh, hey, what's
screen.
good?
Hello, Jack and Luke and Emma. We love
Hi, Luke
you.
and Emma. What's good?
Gonna learn
Buy
about
some
crypto.
Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Grandma show you how. Grandma
Grandma,
show you
give me
how.
this shout out
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
big
yeah.
screen.
All right. Showing some love there. I like it. Families watch, and we appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
That's cool.
but you're right to talk about that. You know, there's a lot of scams that are coming in the people's emails, and if you're not careful, you and I are pretty observant of those types of things, and even we can get it.
Yeah, that was my
Click on the
example of
wrong
like
thing.
seasoned people. I literally almost went the distance there, and I was just like, wait, what? No, this is bogus. Everything is bogus. I've done nothing on PayPal for, a while, right? So it was very out of pocket, very left field,
Yeah.
And when something's left field, right field, center field, whatever, you're just like, no, 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 stupid. But tis the season for scams and packages to be stolen off your front porch.
Exactly.
As sad as that is, that's what it
Yeah.
is. And actually, I mean, not crypto related. Um, there's like this what is it? It's like a platform. It's called Nextdoor. It's
Yeah.
basically just your
Oh yeah.
neighbors. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all
I
right, all
don't.
right. I know there's a lot of typical social media bantering back and forth, but I did see like a post that someone said, hey everybody, it's Christmas time, 'tis the season for your packages to be stolen. I know it's a hassle, but go and send your stuff to like an Amazon locker. And I was like, yeah, knuckle bump from our neighbor, just saying, hey, look, I know it's a pain in the butt, but have your stuff sent there. It
No,
does.
one of the things the next door thing I don't like is that they've got your address, your name and address. So
Yeah, I know, I
and
know.
so I
There was
kind of
some,
backed up from that
yeah,
direction.
yeah, there were
I
some
don't
things
think
in
so.
there, but I was just trying to connect. I'm just trying to connect with crypto in my local community, just to
Sure.
let them know, hey, if you guys are into crypto at all, I'm literally here, not trying to sell you anything, but I
Can
really
help,
need close crypto friends.
right?
I need to have a crypto barbecue in my neighborhood, like help a brother out.
It would
Come
be
on,
nice to have one crypto friend
Cryptopians
a month.
unite.
And I was going
Anyways,
to tell you the other so I'm in a crypto ladies group, and one of the gals in there happens to have a an audit company where they go and they help with auditing of some of these new projects that are up and coming. And she was saying, I was just listening to a spaces earlier, and this couple of these projects were presenting, their different things that they have going on open sea. And she was pointing out that a lot of these NFT type projects and special projects they got going on, um,
mhm.
there's a lot of carbon copies of them and like imitators, just much like when you're on X or any of these other platforms where you have a bunch of people pretending to be one of these crypto influencers or people that have a lot of followers. So just be careful navigating the space, and it's not a fear thing, not trying to scare people off. We definitely don't want to scare people off, but bringing it to folks' attention and combating it back away, like she did in this space today, and just bringing that to light, I think is helpful, because it kind of, you know, if we let these people take over the space,
They'll
then we
do it.
lose,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. So but oh, I want to say hello. Our friend Rusty's in here. Hi, Rusty.
Hi,
Thanks for
Rusty.
coming. Oh, and Boomer's here too.
Yeah,
Hi,
boom. Yeah,
Boomer.
Boomer's in the house.
I got my grandkids, I got Rusty, I got Rosemary, and I got Boomer. It's awesome.
Most of my people on the West Coast, they're just like, one more hour and I get to leave this place.
Yeah, right.
And then go sit in traffic for another hour and change.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen to the replay, y'all. Listen to the replay. But yeah, that's awareness. Really awareness, and man, there's so many. I mean, not to go down a super big rabbit hole, but there is a lot to be aware of, and that's why I really like this idea of dip a toe in
Yeah.
crypto. Go slow, because there is a lot of things you will need to be aware of. However, it's not all at once. Some things are all at once, and that can be very overwhelming and very disruptive. This, as you graduate or progress through your crypto journey, you're going to have these other things on lock before you advance. You really are. You're going to get to know how you operate, little things maybe you've messed up, but it's fixable versus people that went before you. It wasn't fixable, right?
Right.
So
Right.
bringing that awareness to you is very important. So keep being aware and keep spreading the awareness.
The other thing I wanted to mention, Simon, is for those of you that hang out on X spaces. Now it's not so hard for me to say X all the time, but for those of you that frequent X spaces, there's a lot of knowledge on they used to call it crypto Twitter, but I find that even me being an experienced, more experienced than a newbie, a lot of these people that are in there, they are talking about some really higher level type of conversations. And so our goal with this show is we want to include all of you out there that, if you are a newbie, that's great. We would love for you to ask questions, whatever questions you might have. But also for those of you who are like me, I'm experienced, but I'm not a pro. But I have value to add, and challenges. And so getting those folks out there that, they might not feel so comfortable entering into a space that has, 1,000 people and really super, advanced folks in there, to speak up. But I want those folks to have a voice also, and feel comfortable, because we're helping each other to try to educate others, and boots on the ground, we need to be able to talk to each other. And so getting yourself in here in this kind of a space to share your value, I think is really important. And so that's my objective anyway, with this. What do you think about that, Simon?
I think that's absolutely solid. Absolutely solid. I'm trying to do a
What you're trying to do is to get
I'm trying
Santa
to
Claus
post.
to come
I'm
early
trying
to
to.
your house.
What?
I can
Hey,
see it
man,
on
look.
your
Hey,
Christmas lights.
honestly, yeah. The way my year's been going, I have one strand of lights on the roof. Like, we're usually pretty, not like super decked out like some of our other neighbors, but I'm like,
Yeah.
at least I gotta have virtual. Ding.
Yeah. Ryan's
No,
downstairs decorating
I'm
right
with
now.
you on that. I'm with you on that, because it's easy to get lost in translation. It's very easy to have well-educated speaking individuals talk about a topic where they have a very wide vocabulary when they're talking about things, where you and me on the street level, we probably have a fourth of that in our everyday vocabulary, right? So my goal here is to bring that understanding to the street level, and then suddenly you'll be able to piece things together in your mind, and you'll know exactly what that high level conversation is about.
Rusty posted in our chat, awesome advice about any topic. Becoming an expert only requires 15 to 20 minutes of reading per day, every day for a month, and you'll become an expert at XYZ. A lot of the articles are broken down by awesome researchers, and you can absorb listening to them and break down the articles.
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's so true. Um, we can all, I will say though, when I try to explain things, my family, my boys and Ryan, they'll say, you're losing me on some of the terms. You need to elaborate a little bit more. And I think I'm hoping that I'm getting a little better from being super excited in the knowledge that I've learned to share it with people, because
Mhm.
in the beginning I was like Jojo the circus boy. I want to tell everybody, oh, this is what I know. And now it's like, calm down a little bit and try to explain it so that someone who has no clue what you're talking about can understand it. But it is difficult.
It is. It is when you're very excited about something, and it has all these benefits, right? It's going to bring it has the opportunities there. You can see it. You're like, oh my gosh, here it is. This is the fourth quarter, and man, we're going to put points on the board like nobody's ever put points on the board, for your family, for your family's financial wealth or health, right? And to try to tell people about that in your excitement, sometimes it doesn't work out. So
Well, I mean,
for
it's the
me,
greatest wealth transfer in our history, like in our lifetime. And
yep,
for what's coming, it's so huge. The opportunity
right.
is so great, particularly for those that are younger. I mean, man, what a what a gift this is if they just educate themselves now, start educating themselves. It could be incredible for them and
It
us.
could. And you know what? And honestly, I'm going to say this to that. It's good to educate yourself, but just get in. Okay. Just get in,
Just buy
because
some.
just buy some. Seriously, just buy some,
Yeah.
and don't buy the coin that your friend's talking about, that can 100x or some of these gaming things, even though you're into that. Like, that's good. I'm glad you're into that. Go blue chip. Okay. When we say blue chip, we're talking OG, original gangster. Okay. That's what we're talking about.
Mhm.
That's what the proper way to say things is blue chip. On the streets, man, that's an OG coin right there, man. That's true, baby. That's true right there.
Yeah.
So go get you some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Just go get
Start out
some, and
point.
and learn, and learn how you can work $5 to $10 into your budget. Because, like, I was thinking today, I was talking a whole nother financial component to uh family wealth, and that's kind of becoming your own banker, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But I was thinking about, man, if I would have started this in my 20s, right,
Yeah.
what would that look like on a graph, and how well off I would be, and I know my family would be, right? Well, then I was thinking back to my 20s. It's like, how could I explain this to my 20 something self? Someone that just turned 21, that literally 3 years ago got out of high school. If they're
Yeah.
in college, they're almost done. If they're not in college, they've been working. They're just like, dude, I'm just trying to pay the rent, or pay my folks rent, and get on Xbox Live, or watch Netflix, or go to the store and get a nice outfit for Friday night. Like, that's just the default, right? So how do you explain to them, hey, I know you want to play Xbox tonight. I know you do. However, are you willing to wait 5 years for like the best Xbox ever?
Right.
And most of them be like, 5 years, like their concept of time is just like, they're still stuck in that how many more years of school, right?
Right.
I know that because that was me. That was 100% me. I was a clock watcher at school. I really wish there was never a clock in the classroom. I really did. I probably would have done a lot better, but I was a clock watcher, even like I know people at work, they're like, oh, what time is it? It's like, you just got here. Oh, it's
Terrible.
only been 30 minutes. Like we still do that thing, right? So, back to what I'm trying to get at, to try to get these young people involved. It's like, education is good. I'm with it, but learn while you're doing.
Yeah.
Learn while you do it, right? So go out there and buy some Bitcoin. If you have some crazy aunt or uncle or some grandfather, or it's your parents, and they
Grandma.
buy you like $5-10 of Bitcoin,
Yeah.
yeah, you can stick your nose up in it. But I'm telling you, if they handed you a silver coin, at first you're gonna be like, but later you're gonna be like, damn, dude, grandma, grandpa were really trying to hook me up on some stuff here. I
Yeah.
need to get more of this, and you'll realize. So go out and buy some Bitcoin if you're
I
between
have
the
to
ages
tell
of
you,
18 to 30.
one of the ways that how I first got into this space and got my first Bitcoin was my big boss at work
Uh
um
huh.
us during, I think it was 2017, maybe. Boomers, I'm going to prove boomer to talk. Um, it was around 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. Um, and he bought it through Give Bitcoin, I think it is what it was called, through Swan Bitcoin. And
Oh
anyway, I had
yeah.
I had started kind of looking into things, but I didn't really know too much. And because I trusted him, he went through, I had to do the KYC thing and all of that. And then basically the way that program worked was you had to leave it set there for a year. And then you moved it off into your own wallet. Okay. And so in that time, I thought it was a really good learning tool, because in that time, I know I've got a little skin in the game now, and I'm kind of paying attention to the price, and I'm seeing it go up. And when he bought it for he bought us all 20, I don't know, $40 worth or whatever. And it was like, I don't know, it's a $300 something. It was worth a considerable amount more when I was able to move it off into my own wallet. But
Right.
it was an incredible gift because it forced me. Now, he did it for all of us in the office, and I'm pretty sure that I'm probably the only one that has gone hog wild and learning. I mean, now of course I've evolved into I learned about XRP right away, and
Right.
saw a huge value in that, and understanding the use case for that, and reading the different white papers and seeing the social media presence and all of that sort of thing in these different projects, I think is really important. And Boomer, you're up on stage. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly.
This is a great topic. It really is. I love what you guys are doing. It's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. We're so glad that
Thank.
you're feeling comfortable to come up and speak.
I've tried in the weeks past, but for whatever reason, my request wasn't seen or whatever. It's all good. Uh, I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, the hardest thing about this whole right,
Yeah.
the hard, the hardest thing about this whole thing is getting people to understand that you're not nuts.
Right.
Sitting at
Oh
Thanksgiving
yeah.
table trying to explain this, they think you're nuts.
Yeah.
So I think it's massively important to figure out a way to break this down into layman's terms and just kind of what do we do? How do we approach that? That's my
Mm-hmm.
question.
How do we approach it? How are you
How do
approaching
you
it?
dumb it down?
How do you dumb it down for people?
Okay.
And not in
Okay.
a derogatory, I don't. I mean, no,
No, you have to dumb it
no.
down.
Yeah.
In order to, I remember another channel I watch. This individual is a millionaire. He's early 30s. But all of his mentors, who are, by the way, 60s and up, say becoming a millionaire has to be easy. Otherwise, people won't do it. It has to be easy. The first part is hard, okay? But after it's exponential. Here's an example of this. Earning your first $1,000 is tough, but earning your second $1,000 is easy. Okay, because it took your first $1,000, it took you $100 to get that $1,000. But your next is easier because it only takes another $1,000 and you have two. It's very simple. It's like exponential growth. So your first $10,000, it's tough. It's tough to get your first $10,000. But after that, all of a sudden, getting your second $10,000, which would be $20,000, is like half as easy, and so on and so forth. So breaking down, so getting people involved in Bitcoin, I think is a little bit easier, at least for myself, as opposed to the education of how it works. Because if someone wants to know how it works, I will go down that road. I literally let, it's kind of a, this is a DJ trait. I play to the crowd. If the crowd wants me to show them why get into Bitcoin, I will show you the money. I will straight up go Jerry Maguire. I will show you the money. And I'll say, this is why. This is your first basic instinct, right? Because you want more money, right? Of course. Okay, watch this. Come here. And then, I will literally take their phone and I go, do you have the Cash App or Venmo? And they'll say, oh, I don't have either. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be back in a week. Download either one. But still, let me show you. Pull out my phone. I'll go on Cash App and I'll show them. I say, look, I can buy Bitcoin right here. Boom, $10. It's done. Over. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. That's literally step one. But if they want to know the technicals, yeah, they'll usually ask, how does it work? And it's like, okay, well, you know how to get gold, right? Well, yeah. Okay. Do you know how to mine gold? No. Do you understand allegedly the mining process? Yes. Oh, what happened? Did we lose the
Yeah, somehow I don't know what happened. It just
Oh
dumped. I've seen
no,
this happen before.
boo.
So let me start it
Okay.
again. Keep
Cool.
carrying
No,
on because we're still rolling.
cool. Cool. I'm going to let my dog in real quick, and I'm going to keep talking as I do this. So,
Okay.
so when it comes to like them understanding the technicals, I'll use real life scenarios. Example, I was talking about mining Bitcoin. All right, that's where I was going with it. It's like, well, do you know how to mine gold out of the ground? No, but allegedly they just get trucks and tools and big stuff, equipment, and they dig and they filter, and voila. Later on, somewhere down the road, you have a golden ring.
I mean, no offense.
No, you have to dumb it down.
Yeah.
In order to, I remember.
I don't know what's happening.
Playback.
I know. I don't know how. I don't even know how it was doing that.
It wasn't on my end, that's for sure.
I know. I'm like, what the heck happened just now?
So yeah, X rug me. Yeah, I got you, Scott Rank. So I'll talk about mining gold for a minute, and I'll say, okay, so that's kind of the same process. Who are the miners? Well, those are individuals, companies, groups of people that have computers that run an algorithm to mine Bitcoin or process, confirm, and file transactions on the blockchain. And then I'll kind of go into, well, what's blockchain? Here's what blockchain is. I want you to imagine a filing cabinet. And in that filing cabinet is a whole bunch of receipts. Each one of those receipts goes into a file in the filing cabinet, right? And this one is little Timmy's, that was one John's, that's one Jones, etc., except there's no names on there, just a public address, okay? And the miner will confirm all the transactions to those addresses, confirm and validate all those wallets, and then they'll close the filing cabinet and they'll add it in a chain of filing cabinets. And now you have blockchain. And they go, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. Now, if you really want me to get technical on it, I'm going to have to bring someone in from IT to explain it to you, and then I'll break it down into layman's terms. But that's it. You just need to get them to visualize how this works and then participate with them. Learn by doing. Send that person $5 worth of Bitcoin or XRP or XLM or Litecoin, Ethereum. Well, maybe not Ethereum, too expensive to send $5. But you'll break that down. Just like I was unfamiliar with the ATM debit card. Like I was scared. I remember when I was 16, I got my own debit card. Like I got it. Oh, I can get cash out of the machine, but like I had to remember this PIN, 4 numbers. That wasn't my birthday. That was the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Where do I write it down? What if someone gets my wallet? Like all of these fear things started popping up. And, so what do? I go to the people that use the ATM. Hey, what's a good suggestion that you guys do to keep your PIN remember? Oh, I use something like this or like that. And so I aggregated
You don't want to use,
information.
you don't want to use your birthday and your,
yeah, exactly. And that was, but that's what everybody that I talked to said, oh, don't use your birthday. Don't use your soch. And I was like, my what? I was like, oh yeah, that other long number that I can't remember right now. Right. So there was a lot of suggestions from the ATM debit card community, the bank, my parents, family, friends, etc. Right. So it's kind of the same thing with cryptos. You offer your little 2 cents to somebody, but really it's most people just need someone to stand there and go yes and no, yes and no. That's most of my clients. That's what I do for them. I'm literally customer support for them in that sense. But to really break it down, I let them lead. What do you want to know? I'll show you or tell you all about it that I can, and I'll try to go in small doses. Of just what's great about Bitcoin. You can preserve your wealth from it. If you don't have wealth, you can build wealth from it. Okay, now wealth. Let's talk about that for a minute. That term wealth, to some people that scares the crap out of them because they're like, I can barely handle my bills now. I'm going to be a multimillionaire and I'm going to be able to handle that. It's like, no. Wealth just means the savings that you have, you get to preserve that. So if you've never saved before because there hasn't been enough money there per se, then this is something new. But you are taking and practicing those processes to preserve your wealth, protect it in a way, put it into something else. Don't just leave it at the bank, which I'm not saying isn't a safe place, arguably to others, but hey, I mean, right. The bank is a business. Yeah. It can shut its doors. Money. Yeah, and it can shut its doors, right? Just like a coin store. If let's say you're wanting to take your own financial investment back into your own hands, right? If you go to a gold or silver coin store, and you buy a silver coin, are you gonna leave it there? The answer is always no. Right? Okay, so same thing here.
No, you're not gonna
and my second question would be actually to them is, well, why are you buying silver in the first place? Well, I want to invest in something that I can make a profit on later. Perfect. You can do that with Bitcoin. You can do that with a lot of things, but Bitcoin is, in my opinion, good. It's digital. It's right there. It's just like this. Boom. There it is. I can see it. I can send it. I can take these immediate actions with it versus other things. Let me call the bank and tell them my broker at the bank to tell them, hey, do this trade for me. We're sorry. Yeah. You've called after hours. Please leave a message and blah, 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 blah. Something like that. But anyways, yeah, breaking it down to people, Boomer, if you're still listening out there, break it down, let them lead. Take things of what they already know, or maybe you already know with that person because chances are you're talking to a family member or a friend or a coworker. So you already got a relationship. So just try to relate to something else that you know that they're into or you're both into together. And kind of go from there, and just it's a slow feed. It's straight up dip a toe in your crypto, dip your
Dip a
toe in,
toe. We'll see.
dip a
We have
toe.
trying
Let's
to
see, we got
find out folks back again.
okay. I'm gonna read a comment from Rosemary here on YouTube. My idea for teaching someone who knows nothing is to have them make a Exum wallet and then send them like 20 XRP. Perfect. 10 to activate their wallet and 10 to send back. Yep. Perfect. That's a great idea. That is absolutely perfect. Because then they have it and they might just sit there for a while and do nothing with it until they're ready. Yeah, Rosemary, awesome. Thank you for that comment there.
Oh, we got Boomer back.
Yay, Boomer!
What is going on?
No,
We're trying to help the world. So when you're trying to help the world, they shut you down.
I mean, I don't know. Everything was fine. And all of a sudden I started seeing everybody leaving. And I was like, was it something I said? And then I saw my phone was flashing and then the computer was like, and then everything was done. And I'm like, darn it. We were doing good this time.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little freaked out. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
Yikes! But yeah, anywho, I missed the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, me too. I brought that on. I feel.
No, you didn't bring it on. I've been in other spaces where they've just abruptly shut down like that also. And
did the whole Twitter space go down?
Yeah, the whole thing went down.
Dang. Yeah. I can't wait to see the next time you have a space. Let's try it again next time.
Yeah, I don't
you bring me up, it goes down, we know we got a problem.
Right, exactly. I'm like, who are you, Boomer? And I have to say your name cracks me up. That you call yourself Boomer, because one of our Beyond the Brink shows, we were talking and we made reference to to boomers, and it wasn't really in a negative light. It was just saying that some folks just aren't up on they don't want to go with this technology thing. They're over it. They don't want to learn.
No, I get it.
And but then someone, one of our friends, one of our mutual friends, said, you need to lay off the boomers. There's a bunch of us that know this stuff. Like, oh no offense meant. There's plenty of people that are teaching. So what's your background, Boomer? What brought you into the crypto space?
First and foremost, my father-in-law's favorite gangster was Boomer, or Bugsy. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The brain fart. I'm sorry. My wife was just walking out the door as we, sorry.
No problem.
What brings me into this? What brings me into this space? I was invited to join into the Bitcoin hoopla in 2017, and having seen 9/11, kind of waking up at that point, then 2007, 2008, and the housing bubble, and losing my house and watching my neighbors lose theirs, and realizing that there's a lot going on. Being offered Bitcoin in 2017, turning it down because I knew it was tied to a current system. Playing it out from there till now, over the last several years, heard about the Ripple case and dug in, just with the legal aspect being my guide. Just following the rule of law. I wanted to be on the right side of the law. I wanted to be on the right side of history, and I didn't want anything to come in between that. So dove in, and boy, my eyes have been open. So I don't know. I mean, it's a tough thing to just jump into. It really is. But once you do, and once you see what you're doing,
yeah.
I mean, once you really, really understand what you're doing,
yeah,
it's such an empowering thing. I mean, it's amazing.
It
So
really
yeah,
is.
I don't
It
know.
really is. Yeah, once you and when you've been around the block a time or two, like with what you just let us know happened to you, you can smell bullshit a mile away probably. And
Right?
when you're sorry grandkids if you're listening, grandma said bad language. Um but you can tell fact from fiction a lot of times after you've had a few hard knock life lessons, um and then actually be able to look into things and connect some dots. And I mean, I'm the same way. As soon as I start connecting those dots, I'm like, holy smokes. And the other thing I'll say is that with once I got into the Bitcoin, I really started asking about money. What is money? And researching our monetary history. And when all of those things started, I started learning more and more about that. And then I'm like, I'm sold. This is something that needs my attention.
Right. The
And
future
so
of
there
the
I am.
future of freedom. Right, right.
It's so important. So
It
important.
is. It is, and it's so aggravating. That that's the hardest part about this journey. It's so aggravating not being and being so excited. I mean, being literally so excited about what's about to happen, but yet not being able to convey it on a normal,
To get folks
in normal
to
terms.
folks to get recognized. Yeah.
It's not even about recognition. I don't want recognition.
No,
I
I
just
mean
want
for them to
people to wake the hell
recognize the
up.
opportunity.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right,
The
sure,
recognition of the opportunity that's in front of us all. It's
sure.
pretty
Sorry,
great.
I was saying it's a show 'em thing.
Yeah.
This is just you got to show them, and not like show them little articles in this. Like, unfortunately, you have to become the potential shiny
Right.
carrot in the room. For them to
And
go,
that's
oh,
crazy.
hey, you're doing good. That's how I got
That's
others
great.
in, like on the job site. I'm a union
Right.
sheet metal worker by day, um,
Are you?
and
Nice.
that's how I got some of them. I'm like, look, this, like, every day they'd be like, you looking at your crypto? I'm like, yeah. You might be waiting until 65 to retire, dude. I have a plan B, literally a plan B. I'm going to be out of here by 55, and they're like, wow. And if you're in construction, you understand about beating up your body. And if you don't make it to foreman or whatever by your 40s or 45, you're gonna be out in the field a while longer, and you're just gonna get beat up, and that might be okay, but man, once you retire
Man, it hurts,
and your
dude.
body stops, it
I,
hurts. You know.
I'm wrecked. I'm wrecked. I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
logs and kind of worked my way up. I beat myself to pulp, and then got into project management and
yep,
superintendent, and then COVID, and
yep.
I became super resentful, like
Mm,
super resentful. I lost a great job. I worked my ass off to
right,
the
right,
bone,
and gone like
bone
that.
out. And then
Yep,
COVID hit, and I'm like,
yep,
you like
yep,
I became really, really resentful at that point. And then
right.
I sat down when I got laid off and found the case, found the Ripple case.
Yeah,
Dove
no,
in, like I
that's
said,
great,
aligned
because
myself with
cryptos for me have been my hedge against life. When the layoff comes, when the work slows down, when there's a family emergency. Now I fought tooth and nail not to have to liquidate my cryptos to go help out the family. But I had to take pause in those situations and go, that's literally why I got into crypto, was to, in case something happens, I have this resource here that I can liquidate on demand and take care of business, and we can move on. Where I've experienced the other side of that, been hit hard financially, and it doesn't take much to knock over the house of cards in your own finances, right? Especially if
absolutely.
you're overspent, you're living beyond your means. It doesn't take much. One flat tire, two flat tires, there's a couple $100, and it can take you months to recover that $200. It can just kill you. So I was of the mindset when I got in of already having like an emergency fund. Well, when I really started jumping into crypto, I was like, oh my gosh, how about an emergency fund that grows exponentially? What a great idea. let's go. I'm with it, right? So that's what I did. And guess what? The emergency showed up. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. What, do we have to? I started being an insurance company. Well, what do you mean? Well, but is that our fault? Like, is that really our fault? Things like that. But hey, I was able to, the beautiful part was I was able to take care of business and then literally get back into crypto and start investing again. And that's probably one of the beautiful parts here is when you get in, you're always in. Even if you got out, you know how to get back in, you know how to ride this train, and you know how to really grow your
Right.
financial health. It's a beautiful thing.
I brought that up to a buddy today that, you said you got me into this, and they were talking 2 years ago. One of the most epic things I can think of is that, even if it's not even feasible, but even if nothing comes of the investments I currently have, the potential for what's to come, whether it's decentralized science or whatever, there's so many realms that are about to benefit humanity in a massive way. If all of my current holdings do nothing for me, I have the mindset and the knowledge, and I have the first player advantage to really grab on to run any other direction I see fit.
Yeah.
So we're early, and it's so epic to be here and just to have this understanding. It's just mind blowing. I'm so honored.
Awesome.
Who am I?
You know what I think during the whole COVID thing, um I try to always look at things in an optimistic light. And for me, and for a lot of folks, the COVID, the lockdowns and all the stuff that happened, um, people took their time and they had more time on their hands to start looking at stuff and learning about different things. And I mean, I did. And also people that had there was the extra money that they were giving people. A lot of people use that to buy into crypto where they wouldn't have actually had that. And then all the controversies where people stopped watching sports and movies. And I mean, there's a lot of things that happened during that time period and continue to happen, um, that I think that more people spent time researching crypto and how to get in it than maybe would have if had that not happened. And so I always trying to look at the positive side of things, and that in my opinion is people using their time wisely. And so
Yes, ma'am.
And so then I look at us, those of us that actually did do that. We're not pros by any stretch, but we're more educated. And like Simon said earlier, where we've made mistakes, we've learned things, we can help others to not do that, right? I mean, those things, and it can help the adoption even faster for those that are just starting to dip a toe into this little dip a little baby toe. But yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. Boomer, thank you for sharing tonight. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's great to be here. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What else you got, Simon? We were going to talk a little about we were going to talk a little bit about wallets.
Yes. So there's a few different kinds of wallets. Most people are familiar. Well, most people in crypto, when you first start into crypto, you'll probably be introduced to a DApp wallet or downloadable wallet, right? That's an app. Exodus, Exum, like Rosemary was saying in the comments on YouTube. There's a plethora out there. Atomic Wallet, so many now. And there's also there are hardware wallets, right? So a hardware wallet is more of a cold storage. And really, when they mean by cold storage, it's not like it goes in a freezer. Of course, you probably could do that. um, Basically, you're mitigating your online presence with that wallet. That's literally the definition between the hot wallet and a cold wallet. Like the MetaMask wallet is considered a hot wallet. As soon as you turn on your internet, boom, it's there. There's the extension, to access the wallet. I know some of this might be a little over the top for some people, but having multiple wallets, in my opinion, is important. And sorry, getting a call from somebody I don't know. Sorry, I'm on a show trying to teach people how to dip a toe in crypto, talking about
Dip a
wallets.
toe. I'm on the Dip a Toe show.
Right. So I say at least multiple wallets, and multiple means more than one. That's it. Have two. There's a structure that I like to have clients have in place, and that is two wallets. One is your downloadable app wallet. Another one is your cold storage. But that downloadable app wallet is a pass-through wallet. Here's how this works. So you have an exchange like Coinbase. So you go to Coinbase, you create an account, you give them your banking information. Voila, you can buy whatever crypto is there and available. For this example, I'll use Bitcoin, of course. So you buy Bitcoin there. Well, like a coin store, you don't want to leave your coins, gold and silver coins at the coin store. So you want to get them out of there. So you have to have a place to send them. This is where your downloadable wallet will come into play. You will send them from the exchange, Coinbase, to a downloadable wallet. Atomic, Exodus, Exum, anyone will suffice for a time. Okay. I know there are other risks to be aware of, but that's it. Just more awareness. But you'll send it from the exchange to the downloadable wallet, and then you'll have your cold storage, and you'll send it from the downloadable wallet to your cold storage. And you're probably going to go, well, why don't I just send it from the exchange to the cold storage? The reason is this. If by chance the exchange gets hacked and your information is compromised, there's your name with your sending history in there. Okay. So someone could go, oh, they sent to this wallet. Oh, let's go try to get that one because they sent like 2 Bitcoin through there. Oh yeah, man, let's go. I knew this would be great. So what you're doing there is you're mitigating the risk. Well, if you only use that downloadable wallet for a pass-through, meaning there should be nothing in there, then they're not going to get anything. Your cold storage wallet won't really have an online presence as much as your hot wallets will, or your downloadable app wallets.
Because you're
never you're
you're
the only time that you activate that cold storage wallet is a software update. Okay. Or they call it firmware. You got to do a firmware update. Or when you go to send coins to your pass-through wallet and then thus to an exchange because, man, prices are good and you're ready to sell. Woo, woo, vacation time. So yes, it's important to have multiple wallets. But even before you get to that level, but be thinking about that. I want you to be thinking about that. First, get a wallet so that when you're on Coinbase or some other exchange, you can send it somewhere, even the Cash App. The Cash App is an exchange. You can buy Bitcoin there and you can send your Bitcoin from the Cash App to another wallet that supports Bitcoin. Get to that habit, practice. So when you're ready, when you have some big money that you're ready to actually start going in heavy. Example, tax time is literally coming up. April. Well, you probably won't get your refund until maybe July, August, or October, like some of us did this year. But whatever. Anyway, checks in the mail. So you're already making plans. Instead of buying that 75-inch screen TV, go and get you some Bitcoin. Go and get you some Bitcoin or some other cryptos. But to what I'm talking about here is that would be a time when you have a lot of cash in hand, when you have $500 that you don't normally have, or $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever your tax refund is. Okay. That's when you're going to go heavy. So before you go heavy, make sure you know how to send and receive cryptos. And that is between two wallets.
Yes.
Okay. It's just like it's like throwing a ball. It's like practicing a dance move. It's like dribbling a ball. Anything that you have to do repetition. And from all my youngsters out there, they know this. It's all about muscle memory. You got to create the muscle memory. And no matter what you do, you got to create that habit. Habit equals muscle memory. So the grandkids that are kind of listening, just buy some Bitcoin and figure out how to send it from mom's phone to dad's phone, or maybe better yet, how to send it from dad's phone to mom's phone.
One thing I'll mention, I was listening to someone earlier today and they were discussing wallets, and I do like the Exodus wallet. From the very beginning, out of all the ones that I've researched, that is the one that I felt comfortable with for that type of a wallet. And what this person mentioned was that Exodus is not a browser-based wallet. Like I think Atomic might be a browser-based. There's lots of browser-based wallets out there. I don't know if Atomic is a browser-based.
MetaMask would be like a browser-based.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a few of them. Yeah.
So the difference is, it's not a browser-based wallet, and he also said there's no backdoor. There's no backdoor in the Exodus wallet, which means you have to be very careful, just like just like any wallet, but there's no recovery there. So if you set up your Exodus wallet and you don't write your passphrase down correctly, and you lose that, you can't call Exodus. There's no backdoor for them to go in and help you find and get your money, right? It's there if you screw up. So what Simon is saying is, being comfortable and setting up the wallets and doing little baby steps and transferring back and forth, making sure that you know how to set up a wallet, you can repopulate it, you're solid with your
repopulate.
passphrases. One thing I'll say, Simon, and I know this is terrible, I haven't done it yet. I need to get myself one of those like crypto steel. I actually sent you a link. I was listening to a friend on one of the spaces, and there's a it's like bit something, but it's another type of crypto steel where it's encapsulated, and it's tiled, and I mean it's legit, but it's also like $220. So I was like, dang it, it's expensive, but
Well, see, again though, you wouldn't do that till you're ready to go heavy, right?
Right. But in the interim, until you're ready to go heavy, having your passphrase written down on in different places in case one gets wet or lost or fire or something. I actually went the step further, because I hadn't thought about it initially when I started, but now I put it in a waterproof bag, and inside of a safe instead, in case the house burns down or something like that. But these are things that I didn't quite think about early on, and it's not a big deal if it's $500.
You learned by doing, though. That's what this is. This is a learn by doing, right?
I've been learning by doing.
Absolutely. Right, exactly. And when you're talking about the recovery, you're talking about the seed phrase, right?
Which I just want them. I know that this is the beginner, but that, if anything, that is the most important thing in the beginning when you're setting up a wallet. If you don't understand the significance of that seed phrase when you're setting it up, you have to know that. You have to understand that part. Do you agree?
On my shameless plug, on my website that we're still working on, I have a few tutorials on how to set up a few different wallets. Okay.
Nice.
And most of these wallets are basically the same, very cookie cutter in the setup process. Okay. You're going to Some will require password. Well, most of them will require a password, but I've had some that they want like you want to do your address or an email address and then a password, right? And then they want you to do a two-factor protocol, meaning if you log in, they're going to send your phone a text message, or you're going to do Google Authenticator. But that has nothing to do with setup at this point. You're going to create a password, and then literally the next thing is the seed phrase. They're literally going to say, hey, this is your seed phrase. Stop, red alert, code 4, get pen and paper, write this down. I would add to that, which I'm sure you would add to that too. Don't do a screenshot. Because if you're connected to cloud storage, something or whatever, right? Some cloud storage, and it'll just automatically take all the information off your cell phone and store it up there where all for all to see that you don't have access to. Okay. So like Melissa's saying, that's what she's talking about. Write it down on a piece of paper, but hey, maybe go a step further. When you're ready to go heavy, get some waterproof paper. Get maybe you have an engraver and you can write it on some metal. Put it in 3-4 different places, not the bank though. Do not take that piece of paper and give it to a bank. Go out and spend some money on Black Friday. Gonna have to wait till next year though. On a fireproof file cabinet, one of those little to-go ones. If you're in a hurricane area or tornado area, y'all be knowing about that. You guys already know that technology has been around forever, and so stick them there, or some other places. Maybe you get a tattoo across your chest, big letters, so you'll never forget. Maybe don't
I will say the waterproof paper is an inexpensive option for someone who doesn't have money to buy the crypto steel or whatever,
or the waterproof fireproof.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yes,
that's spend. Yeah, but that's spendy. But then you got to worry about the ink, right? I've thought about that. Just because the paper's legit, does that? What if the ink? I mean, how many receipts do you have where it's like 100%. It's been in your wallet for like 2 months, and I have my receipt here. I'm telling you, that says Rite Aid. That says Rite Aid right there.
Exactly.
So if we're kind of squirreling it off, and that's okay, because that's what we do when we dip a toe.
Squirrel.
The seed phrase is what Melissa is talking about. Honestly, that is the most important thing. Probably the most important thing is writing down that seed phrase so you can recover your wallet anywhere on a new device, anywhere in the world. You can do it. So that seed phrase is like the thing, not your keys, not your coins. Excuse me.
This is a little squirrel off, but kind of what I've been doing, and it's been successful. For those that maybe aren't ready to even learn how to buy crypto yet, right? I did get myself the Fold card, and there's also an app called Roundly, but I actually have the Fold card, and I have a certain amount money. I've actually been putting more in my Fold bank account than I was my other one now, because when I use my Fold card, I get Bitcoin back. I get anywhere from 1% to 5%, depends on the vendor. And they kind of rotate them out. It used to be that you'd get like at least 3% when you bought 3 to 5% when you bought Amazon gift cards. I was doing that for a while, and that was fantastic, but they kind of cut that out. So, but in any event, what I'm trying to say is you can easily earn Bitcoin with a card like the Fold card, and I've been earning it. And then every Tuesday, I just move it off into my wallet. And so once you have a wallet set up and you got your Fold card, and you're making yourself a little bit of Bitcoin just in your regular everyday spending. And then I've been moving that off into my wallet. And so that is an easy way, like baby step way of earning Bitcoin
and acquiring Bitcoin. Yep.
Yeah. And I wish they did have ways, I think early on with XRP, but I was never able to get in on that, and where people were using cards and earning stuff. But one of these days, I will. But that's just an easy way to kind of earn a little kickback in Bitcoin. And then of course you can use your Bitcoin. I don't know why you would, but if people try, just even trying to experiment with buying a different coin than Bitcoin. Once you have Bitcoin, then you can generally buy anything you want with it. Is terms of in the crypto space.
Well, I would argue. Well, I'm not going to argue. I'll share an experience of how you can use Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you're in the great state of Washington, it's very green, it's beautiful here. But anyways, I'm gonna move on. There is like a family chain of spaghetti restaurants here that accept Bitcoin. And in fact, our mutual friend, Farmer John, he shared a website that says you can spend your Bitcoin here at these places. And it was a map of the US, and there was places that accepted Bitcoin. And I know we're very like, the maxis out there be like, don't spend it. You're stupid. You can't even be one of us if you start spending your Bitcoin. Get out of here. And they're probably not all like that. But I'm on the other side of that. I'm like, spend some. This is how we get this thing going. You must spend. You must pass it along. If you go to a farmer's market, I know they're up here in the Seattle area, there's a few farmers markets, and yeah, there are farmers that 100% accept crypto. Like they got all the coins that they accept. We're talking like at least 30 different coins. And I was like, wow,
That's
you accept anything. Is like, yeah.
Heck yeah,
I think
they know.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
But it would be really cool if you had a business and you said, I'll give a X amount of discount, right?
Yeah,
I'll give you
yep. 25% off. I'll give you 25% off straight up. Boom.
And then force that person to buy it, like, and you say like, hey, you got Cash App? I can show you right now how to do it. And then boom. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think the easiest thing to circle back around, easiest way to, to really get involved, in my opinion, buy a little bit. Okay. You're going to have to go through a setup of some type of an exchange or an app. Okay. Once you bought some and you're actually ready to go $100, and maybe $100 ain't nothing to you, but $100 to an 18-year-old, that's a lot of money. Like, get out of here. Like, no. Fights break out over $100. So when you're at that level, it's time to download another wallet so you can send, the minimum amount to that wallet. Do a test send and practice with that $100. Practice with that $100 of sending it back and forth. Not the whole $100, just a small amount, maybe like $25. That way, if something does happen and you made a mistake, okay, it costs you $25 to learn not to do that again.
Yeah.
As opposed to $100.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And once you get your family members involved, you can send it. I dream of the day when my both boys have a wallet, and they start I can send them Bitcoin or XRP or whatever. Really, I mean, and the ISO 2022 coins and Bitcoin are the ones that I'm interested at this time, based on the research that I've done. Not financial advice to anyone, but and I know that there's a bunch of other things out there that people can participate in. But those are kind of my world at the moment. Sure. There's all kinds of fun things to get involved in, and then as you get rolling with it all, then of course you can kind of get into the
you branch out. I only speak to Bitcoin because it's the OG.
Right.
I mean, Bitcoin's everywhere. You can ask people on the street. Yeah. What's that?
Right? It's the old man in the room.
Yeah, it's the old man in the room, but everybody knows the old man. You
Privileged
know,
one in the room.
if you're if you're a mafia movie fan, you got to go talk to the Don. You
Yeah.
want things to happen, you got to go talk to the Don.
Yeah.
Um, that's just kind of how it works, and that's why I say go Bitcoin.
I've never
You know
used Cash App. I'm embarrassed to say. I mean, I've used
what?
PayPal. I
I'm
know.
booking a flight right
I
now. I'm coming
know.
over. Oh my god! You know what? I
I
bet you. I bet you one of your grandkids could do that. They go.
Oh,
That's how you do it, Grandma.
they probably could. Well, here's the thing. I was going to get involved in the Cash App at one point, and then when I was on, it was one of the fellas here where I live in Michigan. He was like a developer that was going around and clearing blight from the Detroit area. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember what his name is. I can't remember what his name is now. um anyway, he was going to do something with that Mike Lindell. They were going to have a special project or something, and I don't know whatever happened with that, but anyway, he was on Twitter, and this was several years ago, and his name was Mike something, I think. Anyway, he he started doing the send money, tell your sob story and I'll send you Cash App. I'll send you money Cash App. And I just got a really weird feeling about the whole thing. And I was like,
Oh,
nope, not following you anymore. And so it was, people had to give him their information, right? The Cash App
right.
information. And then
Well,
he
there's
would
a scam.
decide
Yeah,
he would
there's a
do
scam. Right.
he would do like a lotto thing about it and send these people, and people were just pouring their heart out on X, Twitter back then, their hardship cases and stuff. And I don't know, just it could have been completely legit. He's a philanthropist or whatever. But it gave
Hmm.
me kind of a weird feeling. So I just kind of stayed away from it. But I know so many people like yourself, like my friend Christine, I mean, that they use Cash App, and it's like a standard now, right? And so
Hmm.
I really do need to I need to put one more app, just one more app on my phone.
And just dip your toe into the
I
Cash
just need
App,
to
and you'll be
dip
good to
my
go.
toe in the cash. Yeah, but so basically, is it kind of like, if I understand, is it similar to like a PayPal where you're connecting your bank account to the Cash App?
Yes, you
Um,
are. Yep, absolutely. It's another payment system. Do you Venmo?
I don't even Venmo either.
Okay.
No.
It's
I mean,
it's it's all
I've had no reason to use Venmo. I don't have anything against Venmo.
so, so a
But
lot of a lot of side hustlers out there, garage sellers, swap meets, etc. That's easy peasy. Like
they're using Venmo.
they're one step away from doing crypto when they're doing that. They literally are. Because they're doing everything digital. Here's my QR code, or here's my Cash App name. Send it to
Yeah.
me. And it's quick, it's fast, it's done. Zelle. Zelle is a
I use
institution to
Zelle.
institution. It's relatively the same concept. Okay.
Yeah.
There might be different protections or securities there versus somewhere else. But yes, you hook up your bank account. Now I'm going to throw this out there. Friend to a friend, and anybody else out there that wants to listen to what I'm about to say, which is totally cool of you. Don't leave a lot of stuff on your Cash App.
Yeah.
Use the
Same with
Cash App as a
PayPal.
yeah. Just it's a pass through.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle, or wrong word. It's a place to
So
send funds to get it to somewhere else. Payment system. That's it. Your account should be zero at all times unless you're about to do a transaction. Now, now some people might be going, well, Simon, you're saying buy Bitcoin in the Cash App. It's like, yeah, do that, but do like $10, $20. When you're getting up into that $100 zone, yeah, it's time for you to get a wallet. It's time for you to learn how to send your Bitcoin from the Cash App or from Venmo to another wallet, and learn how to do that and get good repetition there.
so
Um,
if you were going to recommend one of those apps to start off with, which one would you recommend first?
well, Cash App, I'm more familiar with that, and it seems to me it's a little bit more Android friendly.
And which one are they using for the yard sales and all that? The
Both.
easy commerce.
Well, they honestly, they'll have a list. I have Venmo, I have Cash App, I have Zelle. What's it? Chime,
Yeah.
something. What's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they have them all. They have them all. Like you could have like your little entrepreneur coffee stand, right? Now,
Yep.
I'm in Washington State, so we got coffee stands everywhere, including Starbucks. So, when you're driving by, most of them, they'll have that right there. Here, just cash at me. Boom, got it. It's done. You don't even, it's like if you forgot your wallet, but you still have the Cash App, you can still do it. Here's another example of a platform like Cash App. That would be the Starbucks app. You load cash into your Starbucks and you boop, boop, and you scan. Same.
Oh,
You're doing
you
the
know
same
what?
thing.
When I was at the airport, I wanted a coffee and there was such a line that it forced me to to do the Starbucks app on my phone
Yep.
in
Yeah.
and I had to load it with money right from my
Uh-huh.
bank. It was instantaneous. And so I actually still have money on a little bit of money on my Starbucks because I couldn't spend exactly the right amount, and it always bums me because I don't really drink Starbucks. I just wanted it then, but yeah, it's definitely going that direction, isn't it? I mean, these are the things
there.
that I think that they are training folks on it. Now, they're training folks on using this kind of technology. And then when mass adoption comes, when they flip the switch type thing and turn this on, people are going to just gravitate. It's just going to be a natural thing because they're already, like you're saying, they're using it for their yard sales and coffee stands and these things, and they don't even realize it that they're so close to being able to use crypto. And here I am on the more experienced with using crypto, and I'm not using those things, which I find kind of ironic and funny.
I was just thinking of another way to get Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to do the Cash App. Okay, your situation. Okay, so let's say you're one of those people out there that doesn't want to do this. Okay. Can I? Everybody on Spaces, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do my best to walk you through what I'm sharing on YouTube. Okay, so appreciate the patience there, but let me see if I can. You got to give me permission.
I just made you the co-host.
Ah, sweet. Let me
my
hold on
bag. That's what I used to always say. My bag.
Let me make a full screen here for that. Let's go here. Okay, Mo better share the screen. Okay, so you folks out there on Spaces, I'm sharing my screen, and what I'm showing is a coin machine where you dump in your coins. This one's called to receive cash. This one's called Coinstar. And I actually did a YouTube short like 2 years ago on this. Well, you can buy Bitcoin with your pocket change.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Right. So, yeah. So this is, now, are you going to get the fair price? No, because there's exchange fees and et cetera, et cetera. But that aside, okay, literally, this is a great way for you to dip your toe. Now, what's going to happen is when you, let's find another image here. This is perfect. Here we go. When you put your coins in here into the tray, it'll count them up. It'll say, do you want cash, a gift card, or Bitcoin? You say Bitcoin. It will print you out a voucher. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. It'll print you out a voucher. It won't let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. It's going to print you out a voucher with instructions on there. These instructions are you're going to have to go to I think it's coinme.com and set up an account. They're going to give you a seed phrase there so you can recover your account. And voila, you'll have your Bitcoin on their platform, but it'll be in a wallet. But still, it's their platform. Okay, it's still your gold and silver coins are still at the coin store at this point. But nonetheless, that aside, you have successfully taken your couch money and booyah, man, you into crypto. And not only can you buy Bitcoin there, you can get what is it, Doge, Matic, Stellar, what's another one you can get there? Litecoin. They got like 20 different coins you can get there. I was like, oh, this
you
is
know
the
that you
good.
know that you're when you're mentioning those coins, and in the time that I've, several years now that I've been in this space, there are certain coins and tokens that you see over and over again, and that these industries are using. They're
Mhm.
those in my opinion, not financial advice, but those are the ones that I think are kind of, they're going to be around, like you mentioned Litecoin. I don't think Litecoin's going anywhere. And when you look at even if you start researching what's been going on with the financial institutions and the different companies, and as they're all tied together, you'll see the emblems, their logos.
Logos. Yep.
They won't mention that it's these things, but if you start paying attention to logos throughout your travels, and when you're reading things and you just look, or I mean, just even on TV, and when people are talking and there's just a lot of times there's a little logo behind them, or it's just, these are all hints to me on it. Kind of confirms that I'm in the right direction with, like I say,
With your
Bitcoin's
coins.
not going,
Mhm.
Bitcoin's not going anywhere, and
Yep.
it's, you want to get yourself a little Bitcoin. Get
Yes.
yourself a
Yes.
little bit of the old man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Whoa. Easy. Easy. Go
I'm
get
talking
some of that wisdom from the old man. Go get some of that knowledge. Woo.
old man, the old.
I know. I hope they're in bed.
I think they dropped off a while ago. Grandma,
Well, that's
grandma
good.
gets boring after about 20 minutes, probably.
Well, hey, they held on for 20 minutes. That's probably
I
better than
know.
most,
Yeah.
right? So let's see. We've talked about some wallets, but it's really important. Like I'm really like in this Dipito crypto, like
Yeah.
we're really gonna harp on the wallets. It's gonna be a reoccurring thing because it literally is how you are able to store and transact in this space. And I would also like to uh, uh, talk about, we're learning a new financial system, and most of us only know basic banking. A check or digital check now gets put into my bank account. I take this little card, I swipe, I get things. I look at my balance to see how things are going, if there's no fraud. If I know how to save, I can do that. But that's it. Most of us, that's our knowledge of that. So if you're researching cryptocurrencies in the system, tell yourself or ask yourself, how much do you actually know about the banking system? And you're probably going to come up to the same answer as most of us. You're like, well, you don't know Bo Diddley. So congratulations, you are taking a big step in a newer direction, in a new financial system that is going to be here for quite some time. It's going to be in play at some level, right? Whether that's
And,
every
and you,
day. Huh? Go
and you
ahead.
know, and you know what else, Simon? The thing again, what I love so much about this space is that in order to participate, especially now at this level that we're at, it's
Mm-hmm.
exciting because you are teaching yourself and you are trying to get some kind of understanding of how it all works, and that's
Yes.
powerful. And so we were kind of raised up into just trusting, and not questioning how things work on the back end. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how we've gotten into this situation where we didn't question things at all. And here, I love that people have questions and they're trying to figure this out, and deciding, because they're making an educated decision then on whether they're going to participate in this or not. And all I can say is it would behoove you to give yourself some time, give this some attention, and really try to participate in it, because it is the future. And we're going to be a much more educated public when it comes to our money, in my opinion. And again, I'm the eternal optimist when it comes to this kind of stuff. And, a lot of people would say, no, they're all going to get folded in, just like they were before and all this. I think that there's so many of us now coming out and planting seeds. We're growing by the day. And the more that we spread this knowledge and encourage each other, the stronger we were going to become. And we have the power to change the future. Like the future can be what we want it to be, through us lifting one another up. And that's just what I think is one of the most beautiful things about this space and what makes me so excited about it.
Yes, we are learning financial literacy. And that is, I mean, we literally are learning financial literacy. Strategies, practices, protocols. I mean, when you really get into this at any level, you naturally start to grow because your possibilities have been reignited. Your opportunities have been reignited. Now, you ain't going to be crypto rich I mean, you could be crypto rich overnight. I'm not going to say that you're not, okay? But for most, you're going to be crypto well off, right? Yeah. You will be. And you know what? You will. The only thing that you might say is, I wish I would have got in earlier or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing to say, because even on that note, and I'll
say it now.
I'll digress on it. You'll go, I wish I would have got in earlier, because you see the opportunity now. However, the flip side of this is, I'm glad you didn't get in, because you were unsure and you needed to figure it out for yourself. You needed to figure out some of the risks or the rewards or whatever was really holding you back. Melissa, yourself, you find the things. I'm not sure yet. But yet you still hit it hard. Okay, since I'm not sure, I want to know why I'm not sure. Is it me up here, or am I really smelling some, as you eloquently put it, bullshit?
Well, and I think that most of us have that intuition, we have that gut instinct.
Sure.
Generally, your gut instinct is right. And certain things are going to resonate with people, and others won't, right? But there's a variety of things out there, and some, like the wallets, for example. There's going to be, I personally like Exodus wallet. There's other people that like Atomic wallet. There's other people that like, Trust wallet, whatever. They feel more comfortable with the Trezor hard, cold storage wallet. Those are choices, and what is easiest for them to use, what's intuitive for them to use. As long as you're sticking with a solid company that has history, you're not getting a wallet that nobody's ever heard of, and there's no social media footprint whatsoever. There's nothing ever been written where you can figure out like who's in charge, who owns this company, who started it, who they're connected to. That's what I look for. Can you find out more information about these things, what or projects or whatever? I mean, Rosemary's involved in, well, now I'm changing the subject just a tad, but she's involved in a project. Reaper Financial has a whole thing, and maybe one day we'll have her on, and some of the folks from there to kind of explain what they're doing. But there's lots of good people out there that are creating projects, they're building things, they're trying to develop solutions to problems, and you would just want to make sure that you're looking to see that these people are legit and they have a footprint.
Is Rosemary's on, right?
I think she's still in there. I think I see her still in there. I don't know. She could be working a lot of times.
Of course, when you said it, what did I do? My little fingers were like, dude, you got to go check that out.
Yeah.
I was just,
oh, she says, I agree that people people should trust their gut and their instinct, and that it's different for everyone.
It is different for every night. And you know what? And honestly, that's one of the things I really tell my clients. It's your journey. Okay. What I do for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is you're going to do for you, because your path that you're on is totally different. However, we're still going to do some of the same mechanical things in the background, but we're going to do those at different times. We're going to do those for different reasons. So yeah, got to listen to the gut. Absolutely. 110% listen to that gut. That gut will rarely do you wrong. And if it does, it's because you misinterpreted it. You know, but yeah, that'd be great to have Rosemary on to talk about the Reaper Financial delivering on the promise of blockchain. I'm just checking out
She
the
says
site here
that
real quick.
she commented all our portfolios are as unique as our fingerprints. Everyone is
Whoa.
different
Ooh,
projects.
I need that on a crypto shirt. I literally do that. I need
Right?
that. I need to do that. That. Well, I
That is
am.
that's
Can I
fire.
can
That's
I
fire.
can I copy that? How do I copy
I
this?
I copy that. All of our
Oh, I
portfolios.
can do it. Cool. I can do it. Yeah, I can copy this. So excited right now.
It's gonna be a meme, Rosemary.
It could be.
Could be.
I quote the great Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Yes,
I can't
that's
wait
awesome.
till I probably am just gonna have to plan it myself. Just to have a big party gathering and get everybody together. There's so many awesome people in this space. That's the other thing too. Um, it's just really cool to meet people that are, taking a stake in their future and they're educating themselves and helping each other. And I just love it so much. Um, and I appreciate you doing the show with me, Simon.
Oh, thanks for inviting me as always. This is a
Yeah.
good time. I like this, man, because this is very much needed. Very much needed. I love it.
Yeah, because
We'll keep pushing it.
there are so many channels out there that are, I mean, I notice it that there's kind of a void here with
Yeah,
what we're doing. There's
there
kind of a
is.
void because there's so
Mm-hmm.
many people, they're either pushing a certain coin or something, or they're caught up in the politics of it, or they're caught up in the technicalities or technicals of it, the devs and stuff like that, which is, I mean, that's fantastic. But we're coming up on a bull run here,
Oh,
and
we're in. We're in the
we're in
bull run. We're in phase two of the bull run right now. We're
we're
in
in the
phase
phase.
two.
How many phases are there? How many
One and
phases?
two.
One and,
Well,
okay.
technically, you could say phase three would be the down part,
All
and
right.
then
So we're starting
wash, rinse, repeat.
all right.
So
I guess I
yeah,
didn't
we're
realize it's phase two now.
yeah. It just got confirmed
Okay.
by a few different indicators. There's still like this one indicator, and guys, if you're brand new to crypto, you're totally not going to know what I'm talking about, because I'm talking about trading indicators, little things that tell me which way things might go, and blah blah blah. Um, and I learned from others, but there's an indicator that still is showing that we still could have a dip at
Mhm.
some point, right? And I'm literally looking for this dip. We're almost there to this zone where I'm gonna go, yep, that was it. We're gonna go up for a time, and we'll have corrections on the way.
Yeah.
But I am still very much looking for this dip, and we almost got to this zone that I was looking at, and it's like, nah, I don't know if we're done yet. So I'm very eager to see what happens tomorrow, November 30th, 2023, and for like the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm
You see,
waiting. It looks like we're setting up for a Santa Claus run. So we went up like in October, and now into November, but now we've gone down a little bit. An example of this would be we are looking at a daily chart real quick. I'm not going to share my screen, but basically from October 16th, XRP was at 48, we'll call it 49 cents, and it ran all the way up to November 6th, 2023, 73 cents.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's point blah 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 after that, but I'm just making the math simple. Okay, so we've gone from 73 cents all the way down to 57. I think we can go just a smidgen lower into this 56 to 53 cents range. And then honestly, after that, I don't see it, but that's what I'm looking for. That would be
Yeah.
honestly an absolute bottom, in my opinion. Only is 53 cents would be an absolute bottom, and we'll continue on.
And you know,
But
for me, when it comes to projects, like XRP or Bitcoin or whatever, I just buy it no matter what price it is at this point.
yeah, I mean, if
I mean,
if you have,
because
yep,
I know me. There are people that are. This is another little piece of advice. uh, I know me that if I don't just buy it when I've got the money, and then all of a sudden it's just generally one of those things where, you know, you got the money and you don't have any time, or
you have the time or you don't have the money.
yeah, or stuff is, stuff's super expensive, or then when you don't have the money, then everything's really cheap. So I just buy it, and dollar cost average in, and little bit, um and that way I just know that I'm continuing to buy into something that I believe in, that I've researched, that I have good feelings about. um and done are the days, gone are the days of me being influenced by someone specifically telling me, you gotta buy, that kind of thing. But that's what we're here for, is to kind of, steer people away from getting too hyped up with the folks that are really pumping this random coin or something.
Yeah,
uh
no, just try to
yeah,
find the blue chips.
Rosemary says you can dollar cost average out too, and try not to call a top for a big lump sum. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's the thing too. When
absolutely.
I just don't look at myself at this point, until it really goes up. Um, I I didn't buy in at like some people that bought at very, very low prices and whatnot. They're going to be taking profits and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Um, I'm still at the baby, I'm just going to keep accumulating little by little. I don't have a lot of money, I'm just trying to do my best and trying to buy a little bit for this kid and a little bit for that kid, and until they can, till they're ready to receive, and have their own wallets and whatnot, like I said. And then let the games begin. I just even gosh, just somebody, just $25, even if it's $25 a month at this point, you know, yeah, you
That
can,
and that all comes, some of that for
yeah,
people to pull
yeah,
out $25.
a lot. That's why
That's
I said the
that's
full
well,
card.
yeah, well, that's who that's a
You're
good way to
already
get you
spending
some Bitcoin on the fly, right? You're already going to spend the money. You can
you're
do
already
it. And
spending the
Fold card's
money.
great. You can pay your power bill, auto
Yep,
insurance, everything, all through there. You can do that. Boom.
yep.
It's a great way.
Make Bitcoin off of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at first
Excuse me.
I was
Excuse me.
unsure, and I didn't really tell people about it. That's when this is the thing, is I try not to recommend certain things to people until I've tested them out myself. And
Right.
I've had it for quite a while now, probably a year or longer. And I was looking at my thing, and I mean, I'm really starting to use it more now, but I think I've made like $500 in Bitcoin
There you
from
go.
using it. And I mean, I was using it sparingly. And so I was like, dang, if I would have been, like you say, but now they've opened it up to where you can do things like pay bills, and, where
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't do it before. And so I'm just like, why not? I mean, what's my bank doing for me? Well, how much are they paying me? Nothing. They're not paying me doodly squat in
No.
anything.
Well, your
So
bank is just a pass through. You think about this.
just a
Money
pass.
comes into this place.
Yep.
You send it out to other places.
Yep.
In a roundabout way. The banks collectively control the pool of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Not today, but I mean, I think that'd be a great show at some point.
They're just they're just in the positions of power. So reach into that pool, pull
Mhm,
something out, and get something under your control, and
mhm.
learn how to become your own bank.
Yeah, hell yeah, heck
But
yeah.
first, dip a toe. Go
Dip
slow.
your toe. Dip a little baby toe in there.
So, anything else you want to hit the nail on the head?
Um, I mean, I guess we don't really have time too much. You were going to talk a little bit about mechanics, but I think
I think this is good. Like, I
that's
really
good.
just
Yeah,
dip a
I don't.
toe.
Yeah,
Wallets. So, what did we talk about tonight? Let's do a quick little
yeah,
review.
yeah.
So we did talk about some scams. Scams are still going out there. Be aware, being aware, and manage your awareness. Be aware, but don't. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. If it is, take a step back.
Yeah.
We talked about wallets briefly. A hot wallet. That's one that is, as you mentioned, browser based, and even a downloadable wallet like Exodus or Atomic Wallet. Exodus 2, I believe, because your computer's on, there's access to it. So I actually consider that a hot wallet as well.
Right. Unless one thing I did want to mention about that is
Sure.
from other
One
people
second, buddy.
that I've listened to, when you can turn it into like more secure if you are downloading, say, the Exodus wallet, for example, onto a device that you are not
Yeah.
searching the internet with, and maybe you have a device that you're using for crypto only, and you put
Right.
that on, and you don't really keep it connected to the internet. I mean, obviously you got to connect it if you're going to use it, or add coins or whatever,
But
or update your
that's
wallet.
the only difference. That's the
Yeah,
only difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet.
yeah,
When you're plugged into the internet, guess what? You hot, you live, just like an electrical current. When there's power running to a wire, the wire is hot. Electricians know this. So if it's cold, there's no access to the internet at that moment in time, and that can
yeah,
be for a long time or a short time.
right.
But effectively, what you're talking about, yeah,
And
download that app to a device and cold
the other
storage
thing
that
is,
some biscuit.
and would you agree, is that when you, in how you're saying you use these wallets for pass through, like if you have multiple wallets,
Mm-hmm.
but you buy your stuff from, say, Coinbase, for example, and Coinbase is probably one
Can
of
we
the
do a whiteboard?
easier. Pardon me.
Can we do whiteboard? You got whiteboard up in
Yeah,
this mother?
you should be able to.
Let's try it for another show.
Okay.
I don't want to. Yeah,
Um,
in case I know how that'll work.
why
Sorry, go ahead.
did it go down?
It'll
So
shut down, and people on Spaces will be like, "We can't see."
can't see it.
Duh. Go ahead.
No, but
Sorry, I keep
so what I was
interrupting.
saying is, so if you buy, say, Coinbase, you
Mm-hmm.
buy whatever it is. Say it's just, we're going to use Bitcoin as an example. You
Okay, go
bought
ahead.
Bitcoin from Coinbase, and then you have a wallet that you send to, say, you have a pass through wallet that you're using to get it off of the exchange, that you send it to. But now, say you want to send it to another Exodus wallet or
Sure.
whatever that you have on a crypto only device, that you're not searching the internet with or whatever, and you want to send it to there for cold storage, it's not a legit cold storage wallet, but
Whoa.
sending it to this Exodus wallet that you're not searching the internet with, and it's not always on, and it's not always connected to the internet, and
Right.
you're never going to send anything from that wallet. So, like you were mentioning earlier, that address that you're sending it to is not, nobody knows it exists. Whereas if you were to leave it on the exchange, and you're doing all these transactions back and forth, and the exchange got compromised, and they have your name and address and all this stuff, and they can trace it to a wallet that was associated,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of steps you away from that, from somebody knowing. And I've just heard that I can't remember what the term is when you send it to a wallet that you don't have any outgoing transactions to. So it's only a receiver wallet, or you're just using, you can still send it from it. But I'm saying
Yeah.
if you don't send anything and you've never used it to send it to anybody or whatever, that wallet is not going to be on the radar as much as a wallet that
No,
you're
correct.
constantly sending back and forth to.
Exactly.
So, right.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. Your cold storage is minimal to zero activity except for receiving, right? Look, when the price goes up, you're going to want to liquidate. You're going to want to sell some. So at that time, you're going to send some back to your pass-through wallet, right? And then from your pass-through wallet to the exchange. Now, we'll talk about mechanics later. I totally default to that for strategies, and I really want to help people. but yeah, that's it. You know, it's going from A to B to C. And then when the time comes and the price is right, a new car. You send it from C to B to A.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, B doesn't have to be B forever. You can throw that in trash and go get a whole new B.
Yep.
You
Well,
know,
I was even going to ask you, as a suggestion, and what popped into my mind, what I would do is, because you can open another wallet. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you sent, say you bought from A, you bought crypto from Coinbase, you bought your Bitcoin, and
right.
you sent that to your pass-through wallet B, right? And then from B, you send it to your cold storage, your is quasi.
We'll just call it cold storage C.
Yeah, we're gonna say you're gonna send it to your cold storage wallet C. So, and then it's sitting there. Now, oh my goodness, we've made so much money. I want to cash out of something that's in my C wallet, right? I want to take 1,000 coins and I want to sell them. I would think, instead of sending it back to that pass-through wallet, I might even have a different pass-through wallet that I send it to, so
absolutely.
that wallet doesn't really have any activity. Again, it doesn't have much activity at all. And then
not receiving. Yeah, not
whatever,
receiving.
right?
Doesn't receive from that wallet that it's sent to.
Right.
You know, it doesn't show, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we can talk. I want you to bring this back up into the mechanics when we talk about that the next time. We're going to talk about some mechanics. We'll see if we can get the whiteboard working. For everybody on Spaces, I'm just going to throw this out on Spaces. Go to Vita Broadcasting Network. Subscribe to the YouTube channel on Vita Broadcasting Network. You can search it up in YouTube. It's at Vita Broadcast. Okay, that's Victor. Yeah, India Dave Alpha. Victor India Dave Alpha. For Vita Broadcasting. I'm saying that so when we do these visuals, you know, you guys can check it out, because I wish we could do that on Spaces. That would be awesome. Come on, Elon.
Well,
get it together, brother.
What we can do, though, is if somehow we can save them, and we'll be able to post them in Spaces.
Perfect.
Or we'll add it to the information afterwards.
Copy that. Perfect. So yeah, we'll get a whiteboard together and we'll walk through that. I want you to bring this up again, because this is the mechanics part that you do need to dip your toe into it, because when you're practicing sending and receiving coins, this is what you're training for. You're training to go from A, B to C, and then maybe from C to D and D to E. You know, because you might have to, or you just might want to. Either way,
I think of it like this, ladies, or men. You've got a wad of cash, right? And you're gonna go.
I got a wad.
You got a wad of cash. You're not going to carry around a wad of cash with you, right? Or me, if you're like me, if I have to take cash with me somewhere and it's in my purse, I don't want all my cash in the same spot in my purse, because I like to put a little bit here and a little bit there, and I like to hide it in little different spots, so that, when I'm like, oh, I got an extra 20, I got an extra $20.
The roadmap. of
Yeah.
Melissa's purse.
Yes.
Or the
But
treasure map. The
but I
treasure
mean,
map of Melissa's purse.
or just even like, you might have some in your, like, if I know it sounds weird, but if I go on vacation somewhere, I'm not going to keep all my cash and cards in one purse, right?
No, right.
I'm going to have something in my pocket. I'm going to have something in my purse, might have something in, I don't know, in my car or my hotel room. I don't even know, and put it some in the safe or whatever. But I kind of, because I always think like, what's going to happen if, if I lose my whole purse, right? You don't want to lose your whole purse anywhere. You don't want to lose your whole wallet anywhere. So
Been there.
you,
Been there.
right? It sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you think about it in those simple terms, where all you're trying to do is separate your money out. You're trying to separate it out so that, there not everything can be taken. If there is a compromise and you do screw up or whatever, your whole life is not taken from you, I guess is what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I get it. In the investing world, they say a diverse portfolio is a good portfolio. Well, a
Yeah.
diverse wallet is a good wallet. Put your eggs in different baskets.
Write it out like Mrs. Purse.
Yeah.
That's how we did it. Some people
stuff.
diversify their portfolios, and Missy
Yeah,
just
and some people diversifies their. You know what? You need to come up. You do it. You do it right now. You do it right now, Melissa. You come up with a purse. Call it diversified.
There you go.
You do it. That's your line. That's your line of purses. Call it diversified. It can have little cubby holes. You'll do like a 1 year launch. That'll be it. You'll never create it again. So each one's different. And if you're not up on which one does what, then booyah. And hey, even have like a little secret like digital wallet Faraday case in there, so you could stick your cold storage in there. There you go. I just gave you $100 million idea right there. Run with it, sister. You better, when you're crypto rich, when you are crypto rich, I want the diversify purse on the scene.
I am gonna do so much fun stuff when I'm rich from crypto. Like if the
Cool.
ship comes in, the stuff that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have fun. Like with stuff like what you just said, I would totally love to do that. Just design a purse and just see, like, could I get somebody to buy my purse, Missy purse?
Heck yeah! Are you kidding me, dude? You just do. I mean, not knocking on the bougie, but go to the bougie event, and you could just go hire a few well-known convicted hackers and be like, hey, just try to get in my purse. Yeah, go ahead, try to get into it.
$20 in, I bet you can't find it.
Right. I mean, maybe you could have the purse when it gets away from you for like 50 feet or something, right? It shocks the hell out of the person that took it. Stop. Then you got a chance to go chase them down.
You're giving me some great ideas.
I know, I'm full of them. I come from a long line of idea people. In fact, some of my friends out there listening and watching to this are idea people as well. So diversify. I want to see the diversified purse. Diversify from the more you know. I can see it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we talked about wallets. We talked about scams. We talked about transferring your coins, wallet A, B, and C. We talked about just get in. If you want to win, just get in. To crypto, we talked about
just get in.
I have that. If you want to win, hashtag off and in. Get your coins off the exchange and in the wallet. That's one of my shameless plug. I know, but I love that saying. It's so hooky. I love it.
It's smart. Because it's
smart. It is. But just buy some. Get yourself that Cash App. We talked about the Cash App. Talked about Venmo. Oh, real quick, while I'm thinking about this, I forgot to mention this earlier. If you get a crypto app, okay, this could be like an exchange app, like Webull or Coinbase or whatever. Okay. Now, back in the day, I'm talking literally 2 years ago, which might be the back in the day to some of y'all. There was these exchange apps where you could not send the cryptos off the exchange. Okay, that is imperative. Yes. That is imperative. I just want to bring that up. So if you come across another payment app like the Cash App, like Venmo, and it allows you to buy cryptos, but it does not allow you the ability to send cryptos. Don't use it for that. Get away from there. It's it's like a casino per se. If you can't leave with your coins, ain't no rhyme or reason for you to play ball there. Bye. So, famous last words for tonight's show. So when are we doing it again? We're doing let's call it out. When's this show's gonna happen again? I'm looking at my calendar. Not this, let's see, the 6th and the 13th, right?
I think so.
And then yeah, that'll be perfect. The 13th. And I mean, I guess we could do a surprise Christmas show. What are you doing for Christmas?
Not
Christmas
anything.
is
I'm not
we'll
doing
have
anything.
a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing
We'll have a show on the 27th, so just after Christmas. It would be
I do
so there's the
I do Christmas at my house on the Saturday after Christmas. So I'm on a Wednesday, I'm probably pretty good.
okay, so yeah, next show December 13th. Mark your calendars, December 13th, and then after that the 27th.
Yeah. Rosemary also made the point of make sure you're downloading the genuine app and not a fake copy. That is really good.
Let's write that down.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that too.
yeah, we'll talk about
that. Yeah, in fact, maybe we'll have Rosemary. I know you're on both ends of both platforms right now, but actually, if you wouldn't mind coming on, maybe next week, talk to us about that. Share with the group.
Yeah,
if you wouldn't
hey,
mind.
Sugar, thanks for stopping by. Sugar is my sound lady. She does peaceful sounds.
What do you mean your sound lady?
She does like healing, sound healing. She's awesome. And Sugar last
frequency.
night,
she does frequency healing with sound.
I was listening to Rosemary said she's kind of shy.
What?
I was listening to the one that you recorded the other night, and I fell asleep. So I have to try it again. I was listening to the conversation in the beginning, and then boom, I was out like a light, and I woke up, I'm drooling, I'm like, what the heck?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
it was awesome.
Honey, I'm sorry, but I have that effect on ladies. I start talking, they go right to sleep.
Yeah.
Ask my wife.
Oh yeah.
I love you, babe.
It was awesome though.
Good. Well, I'm glad you got some good rest. At least something's good coming of how I talk and have conversations. That's cool.
All right. So can I play our like dinner?
Yeah, play the outro. Play the outro.
All right, let's see if I can do it. It should be working. Let's see. Oh, can you hear it?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I gotta get my You wake up to this song? Yeah, raise it up.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. We love y'all. Appreciate the support. December 13th. We'll see you then. Someone's gonna make a meme out of this. I love it. Drum and bass going on.
It's really hard. It's really hard to turn it. I haven't figured out how to turn it down so that it'll do the do.
Oh, just fade it down with your
No, I could have.
Are we still recording?
We're still recording.
Cool. So we're
Thanks,
still on
guys.
YouTube?
Yeah.
I love
Peace.
you, YouTube.